Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We're going to dive in together, see what's going on for you guys for the week ahead, see what messages are going to come up for you from Spirit, and just see what you need to know. All right, my gorgeous angels. So let's start now. Let's start now. I felt like that TV show where it's like, okay, and go. I don't know why or what that might mean for you guys. Anyway, let's see what's going on for my gorgeous Scorpios. I'm going to get you out an animal spirit card. Okay, you got 2. So the lion is all about strength and integrity and royalty. Understand that you don't need to stoop down to other people's levels, Scorpio. You also have the lizard, which is about your ability to adapt. Now, I wanted to read these. I'm going to get a tarot card out actually for each. But look at this fiery energy. They're almost like the same colors. Very lower chakra, right? So this is your identity. This is about your dreams, desires, your feelings. This is also about your willpower and your abilities to do and pursue things. Just giving a primal week. All right, why is a lion here? Page of Cups, interesting. Anything else with the lizard? Energies for this week. The lizard and the moon. If something doesn't feel right this week, I want you to trust your gut and know that you can change things at any given point, right? The lizard, again, being about your ability to adapt. I almost feel like the lizard's going down a path. So this might be what's going on for you guys this week, but it just doesn't feel right. It feels a little bit, something's not right in the air, and it just feels a bit weird. It feels a bit dangerous. Actually, it feels a little bit like, I don't like how this makes me feel. You can always go around. You can always go another way, because the moon is about hidden things, and usually it's about feelings and emotions. But for you guys right now, anyways, I do feel a little bit like there's something that doesn't feel right this week. I'm almost seeing like, I'm seeing her a bit like, what do you call it? A siren? Where something's calling you in and it might be a bit tempting. I'm going to dive into what this message is because it's interesting. But it's a facade, okay? So that could be to do with people that you meet this week. It could be opportunities. It feels like something's calling you in and curiosity might get the best of you. I would say leave it. Trust your gut, all right? Adapt. You can always adapt. You can always change the path, all right? Trust in your ability to find another way, okay? Because that looks like a siren to me. I don't know why, it's just weird. Anyway, now the lion and the Page of Cups is interesting because the Page of Cups is really about our inner child. And I wonder if you guys might resonate with the fact that you guys are your inner child's parent or something like that. I just feel a little bit like you're the savior of your inner child. I don't know, if your younger self was to see you now, I feel like they would feel protected by you. I don't know why that's coming up. We do have 2 emotional cards coming through, so this could be an emotional week, which is interesting because we got this fiery energy, which is usually about action coming up during the week, motivation, ambition, but then we also have this emotional side of things, which can sometimes dampen our spirit. So I'm going to use this little deck just for this these messages, but let's see. Why is the Page of Cups here with the lion? What is the message behind this? Yeah, you see how that's jumped on top of this? 7 of Swords. I told you something's not quite right. Okay. This is like someone who is maybe love bombing. I don't know what area of your life this might relate to you, but just I would say steer clear. Now, Page of Cups and the 4 of Cups is really about rejection. And it does feel like this Page of Cups would be an emotional offer coming your way. I wonder if this is someone from the past coming up. It is Mercury retrograde. I'm not going to keep this message going. I will move on in a second, guys. I just really want to figure it out because the lion is known to be, royalty, right? And I always relate it to hyenas. I don't know why. What am I trying to say with this? I did say earlier not to stoop to people's levels. I'm going to describe my best in a metaphor, or at least what I'm seeing. I just feel a little bit like someone might be rubbing something in your face or trying to get a reaction out of you, even if, they're just coming in heart to heart. But they just want a reaction from you. I don't know why. I don't know if someone wants to break you, but it's not in the way that they're pushing you. Let me see how this is coming up, because I feel like no reaction is the best reaction in this situation. I kind of like this energy because the lion to me looks completely not moving. Not even like making a different facial expression, just dead straight. Like, and the same with this. What is this offer coming in for Scorpio? The Queen of Wands. So it could be a fire sign coming in. And this Page of Cups, is this an apology? Now, Queen of Wands would kind of be similar to the Lion, because she has got the lions behind her, right? She's got a lot of lions around and even a cat. So Page of Cups, Four of Cups, Queen of Wands. I do think in a sense this is really about putting yourself to a higher standard this week. And I feel like you might get some offers during this week that might make you feel, might make your inner child feel like, okay, like I'm being seen for something, or someone feels a certain way towards me, but it almost feels small compared to how you should be treated or what offers should be coming your way. So I almost feel like, in a sense, know your worth is the key theme here. And don't let your emotions fool you into accepting something just because it makes your heart flutter a little bit, or it just feels a little bit like, yeah, I think it's really about knowing your worth in this case. Now, Magician and the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Cups as well. This is about your willpower, your ability to manifest. Don't just take breadcrumbs when you can have a whole cake, That's what I'm trying to say here. Six of Pentacles. So if there is offers coming away, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but it just feels a little bit like you can have anything and this is what you're going to take. Spirit's like, I don't think so. All right, let me see a little bit more about this Moon. King of Wands. So I wonder if this is a fire sign coming up. The fire sign also has a lizard, by the way. So the King of Wands has a lizard. So it could also just be your energy, like knowing that you can adapt. But what is the Seven of Swords? What is this snaky, or the Four of Swords, Moon? Six of Wands reversed. With the Lion, this feels like a battle that you feel like you were not successful in once upon a time. Four of Swords is about healing from this. Who is this? King of Pentacles could be an earth sign. A Virgo. Doesn't have to be. The Three of Swords, Hermit, Page of Swords. This is about, really addressing your triggers and your pain from a higher perspective. So in a way, this could of course be about your healing, but like I said, for a lot of you, if something doesn't feel right, trust your gut. Don't betray yourself and your gut instincts during this week, okay? Very important. All right, let's actually carry on with your reading, because like those kind of took up the whole reading so far. Let's dive into what other messages do we have for Scorpio. Thank you. To be fair, coming up is all about a life review. It's so important to weigh things up and not just to dive into anything. This is also a good time to notice, what do you need to clear out? What's serving you? What's not serving you in your life? What's taking up too much of your time and energy? Or what's not giving anything back to you? What's disturbing the balance in your life? So to be fair is really having a non-biased attitude, right? It's about really being fair and really weighing things up and really thinking about your options here. The Sun is an amazing card coming up for you guys, because it is the start of new beginnings during this week. So maybe you're feeling new, maybe you're feeling a bit different. We have a baby here, so it does kind of represent like new life, new beginnings. It is an amazing card, the Sun. Okay, it's also about self. So you definitely could be changing your identity here. The indecision card came up as well. So there could be times where you're feeling indecisive. And again, I think that this is why to be fair is here. It's really make sure you're making decisions. This says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So if you're ever unsure, like that lizard, adapt. There's always another way. Trust your gut instinct, okay? That is the biggest thing that you guys can do during this week, is to follow your intuition and to not, in prayer. And to not go towards things that seems a bit like off, like something doesn't feel right about it. Then Spirit says, well, turn around then and go find another way. I know it's inconvenient, I know, but it's just like, I just feel like trust your gut, because there's something better like somewhere else. But just don't get yourself wrapped up in lessons and karmic cycles with situations. Anything else for Scorpio? So you have prayer and dissipating. Both of these are sacral chakra, which is related, in my opinion, to the magician. And I say that just because he is about willpower to me, and the I can affirmation. And it covers this chakra. So dissipating, don't let your life dissipate. Don't let your life pass you by. It's a really important time to focus on your habits and your routines, and understand again, like where you might be selling yourself short, or, not living the life that you should be living because you'd rather choose TV or comfort zones, or not today, maybe another day. This is a really important time to start getting clear on what you want. Okay. And to start using what you do have around you, like the magician has all the tools he already needs to start manifesting things in, to start taking action. I always say, so this is again about get clear on what you want. Saying that you want happiness is not clear enough. What does happiness mean to you? Saying that you want success is not clear enough. What does success look like to you? Get clear. Get really, really clear on what it is that you want. That's what prayer is asking for. And this also says about turning, lemons. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So it's a really important time during this week to make sour moments sweeter. And that could be just using using the lemons, the difficult time, the sour times as a tool to making things sweeter. What does that mean? It's about alchemy a little bit here. Spirit's kind of saying that these lemons or sour moments can be ingredients. If you are the magician, how can I use this situation to my advantage? Like turning pain into power, for example. That kind of stuff. All right, let's see. What's the overall energy of this week for Scorpio? The Three of Swords. So there is a need to address some pains and heartache. All right. Why is that here? The Ten of Cups. This could be related to family. All right. Maybe it feels a little bit like a dream's died in some way. This feels like it's not a prediction. It feels like it's something that's already been happening. So I'm going to use this deck. And this could be something that you're healing from. Maybe there's been a loss in a family, for example. Ten of Cups. What is the Three of Swords doing here? Is the energy for the week? The Wild's trying to come out there. What is the energy of the Three of Swords? Where is this coming from? Pain. The Five of Swords. So it's a feeling of defeat. In this card in particular, there's been an argument, or there's been a fallout with someone, or again, a feeling of defeat, losing a battle here, which is where you picked up these Three Swords from. And it seems to be, again, either related to family. Ten of Cups. Why is the Ten of Cups here then? Okay. The good news is the energy of this week is that you are dealing with pain and needing to heal some pain here. Really go deeper into your heart. To understand what you might still be carrying from past defeats in life. But Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles, Chariot, looks really good in terms of your future and your future happiness. The Chariot is again about chasing your dreams and goals. So again, with that complacency card, dissipating. Libra had complacency. With that dissipating card, I think it is time to not sit with pain anymore. It's time to heal it, and it's time to start focusing on prioritizing your happiness and your future happiness too. King of Pentacles, your long-term stability. Maybe this is about showing up better in your career, showing up more level-headed here. Again, just focusing on long-term success now. Let's see what else. The reason why dissipating, by the way, is so common, especially in these days, because there's so much easy dopamine that we can get. So we feel happy in the moment, we feel comfortable, but after some time we're going to realize, oh my God, like I've not done anything for my long-term happiness. I've not built that stability. I've not pushed myself towards my dreams. And you're going to, if we allow it to keep going, there's going to be a point where we realize like, oh my God, like it's never too late. I don't believe that. But it's just, you're going to wish that you had started now. So this is a big time of really addressing that. Not letting pain hold you back anymore. What is the energy of Scorpio? The Sun. Love that for you. I'm going to do a little clarification of that. But the Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck and Justice being here. So this is absolutely about getting clear. So you're showing up extremely clear because the Sun is about that too. I just think, and especially with the Moon, Seven of Swords, for a lot of you, you are going to know when some things are not right for you because they're not the same energy as you. because the moon is like, yeah, hidden things, and the sun is everything's out in the open. So just be aware, because you're so open during this week and you're so honest and you're so balanced, you're going to know what is not. And don't give people benefit of the doubt, because that can be the biggest downfall of most of us, right? The sun, 6 of Swords. Some of you could be traveling here. Again, just in general, you're learning your lessons. You're moving away from that 5 of Swords. You're moving away from conflict and pain. You're learning your lessons and you're moving towards more stability. So I love that shift for you guys. The 3 of Wands. Thinking about your future and where you want to go. Some of you are getting a new car. Again, there's some travel involved here. All right, let's go into your challenge for the week. What is a challenge coming up for Scorpio? The Empress. So knowing your worth, knowing your value. Basically what I was saying with that Lion card here. Why is this a challenge? Judgment. 9 of Swords reverse. This is really clearing worries and fears. You could have fears about abandonment. You can have fears with that moon here, suppressed feelings, deep subconscious stuff that might need to surface here, that you might need to work through. Things that might make you a bit hostile towards long-term stability, or people who are stable could trigger you, right? And it's coming from your own lack. So the Empress, again, is about knowing your worth. The 9 of Swords is clearing your mind. Understand where this is coming from. These are just fears that you have. The 9 of Swords. Getting out your head and back into your heart. Judgment's about truth and clarity, surrendering. This is divine, by the way. With the Empress and Judgment is like, come to this level, like spirits and the angels are saying, come to this level. This is what you're supposed to be. You're royalty. Empress. Get out your head. You are one of your biggest blockages right now. That's what I will say to you. What's the advice that you have then for Scorpio during this week? What's the advice? King of Swords. Become strategic. Set boundaries. Don't be afraid to be stone cold to some people. Okay? Some people can get your warmth and your love if they're close enough, but it just feels like with the King of Swords, like, be extremely cautious with your energy and who you give that warmth to. Why is the King of Swords here? But it is a really good card of strategy. Build a plan. Be strategic. Set a structure. Page of Wands is interesting. Why is this here? 8 of Cups. What's a Page of Wands? So it feels like there's an opportunity coming up for you guys this week. What's the 8 of Cups doing here? Ace of Wands. So I see you guys actually walking away from maybe, things that cannot give you emotional satisfaction. I think this is what you're prioritizing actually. So this is fine. I was a bit confused. Ace of Wands. Okay, like I was saying before, be aware of things that are just promising like short-term bursts of inspiration, motivation, and whatever. Like, make sure you ground it. This is a perfect combination where we get that beautiful childlike inspiration and we're like these ideas, and then the Knight of Pentacles is gorgeous with that for grounding it and actually grounding that idea and stabilizing it so that it actually can be for long-term success. 8 of Cups, Ace of Wands is just a little warning that you need discipline, Scorpio, this week. If this resonates with you, you need discipline. You need to really be unbiased and honest with yourself. You need to really say to yourself, like, no, for now, we're not going near the fire because we got some work to do, but then you can calm down and rest and sit by the fire afterwards. It just feels like doing hard things is important this week because, again, to be fair, some things need to be cut out. And I just feel like this is a bit of that dissipating of going towards like short-term comfort, short-term like temptation or passion, whatever it might be, and it's not really fulfilling. So again, grounding your ideas, grounding that energy is going to be very important for you. moving forward. So that's what I got for you, Scorpio. I hope this has given you whatever you needed to hear during the week, and some advice, hopefully. I hope it's made some sense, and if it did, let me know in the comment section, and also by giving the video a big thumbs up. It helps me out over on this channel with the algorithm and all that, so I appreciate you. And subscribe if you've not already, but aside from that, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. All right.